Hey, my lovelies. Welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Daily Vibration. So, if you are new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. My name is Kamoy, and we are doing the Daily Vibration for 6/29, 2021. And we are at day number 93 on a level up journey. We got 7 more days left to go, y'all. 7 more days left to go before we reach 100 days. Super excited about that. So if you have been committed for the past 93 days, you are definitely not the same person you were at day one. All right. So we got triple twos in the date today, y'all. So you do need to keep in mind whenever you click on this video, all right, if the message resonates and vibrates, you want to go ahead and keep what you need. If it does not, you want to leave it. If you don't understand, you just might want to shelf it and circle on back when you gain more understanding, or when you feel like you can tap back in to gain more enlightenment. Okay, so with that being said, triple twos in a date today, hypersensitive energy, especially if you're an empath. You definitely want to protect your energy. We also got the number 6 in the date. You know, this is the number of your willpower, your creative or your destructive energy. We also got the number 9 in the date, and this number is showing up to let you know that you can definitely tap into that mind, body, soul connection and execute things. Okay, so this will be a stage of planning and doing your research and getting stuff started and being able to take action mentally, most importantly. Okay, being able to stimulate your imagination now, and then fuse that imagination with your feelings, you know, and then being able to take action and be able to see the physical manifestation in this third dimensional realm. So the sun is in Cancer. All right, so we got fourth house energy, home, parents. Okay, we also have the moon in Pisces, so that's 12th house energy. That's the house where it's really, did you get the lesson? Because if you haven't gotten the lesson, you may have to suffer a little bit more. This is a house also of illusions and self-sabotage. So you want to be very mindful if you're moving throughout the day, because the ruling number of the day is the number 4, which means that it's all about the doing aspect. That's the physical realm. Okay, being practical and being able to make sure you're tapping into your practical nature and not allowing your emotions to overtake you. All right, that's going to be important as you're moving throughout the day. Now, at day 93, as you're moving about your day, I really want you to think about this. I was listening to Bobby Brown today. It's my prerogative, and really just paying attention to the lyrics from the chorus, you know, and it really is going to pose the question that you're going to be asking yourself today. Right? What's your prerogative? What prerogative, I want to say, boundaries have you placed in your life? Are you living your life based on your own prerogative and your own right to express, to be, to do, to feel? Or are you in a place where you feel you need to ask permission to be, to do, to feel, to think? Right? Are you really living from an aspect of, it's my prerogative to do what I want to do? It's my life. Or are you waiting for someone to give you permission? Think about that as you're moving throughout your day. Where in your life are you not giving yourself permission? Where in your life are you not allowing yourself to be who you truly are? Right? And sometimes it takes work. Sometimes it takes work, because what you find is you got to go back to that inner child and do some work. Release some things. Love on some things. Forgive some things, imagine some things. You have to be able to create your own narrative. You have to be able to step into your own worthiness. You can't allow anybody else to do that for you. You know, you can't. And it doesn't have to be something that you showcase to the world. It's really something that you feel from the inside. It should really be something internal. Okay? So if you're new to the channel, we talk about the 4 elements here, and we don't really go so much sign specific. It's more geared towards the archetype of the energy. Okay, so we're going to start off with the wonderful water energy because we're in Cancer season. So water energy is going to represent Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. But if you're not a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, you're going to apply this message to your feelings. Okay, so when you hear me talk about the water energy, we're talking about feelings, emotions. Okay, and then we're going to hop on over to the fire energy. So when you hear me talk about the fire energy, we're talking about the energy of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. But if you are not an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, you can apply the fire energy to take an action, movement energy, okay? And definitely being able to trust your intuition. Now, when we hop on over to the earth energy, that is going to be Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. If you are not a Taurus, a Capricorn, or a Virgo, you can apply this energy to your physical realm. This is being practical, the doing realm, okay? Manifestation, all right? Now, when we talk about the air energy, which is going to be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, we are applying this energy to your thinking. All right, your mind, okay, your intellect, your spiritual and your mental thinking here, okay? So now, each one of these elements you can pull from and receive the message, right? Now, with that being said, let me just say this. You don't have to use all 4 elements, but you can. But whichever one resonates with you, that's the one you want to tap into, okay? So today for the water energy, I really want you to be mindful that we have double water just highlighting the collective. We got the sun in Cancer and we got the moon in Pisces. That's a lot of emotional energy. And we also have the triple twos in the date with the hypersensitive energy. So that changes tomorrow because we swap over to the 30th. But today is the hypersensitive energy. So just be mindful of that. So for the water energy today, the message is listen for the truth. You know, sometimes communication really does not require you to speak. It requires you to listen, you know. And I feel like listening for the truth in this aspect is really listening to yourself, listening to what you feel, you know, listening to what you think. You know, being the watcher of your thoughts, being the watcher of your emotions and your feelings is going to be necessary as you move throughout this energy today. Listen for the truth. Have you been telling yourself the truth? And sometimes the truth is not what you want to hear. And then I also want to say this, sometimes your truth is not everybody else's truth. And you got to be okay with that. Remember, it's your prerogative. You got to be okay with that. So emotionally, you want to listen for the truth. Pay attention to your emotions and allow them to be indicators. Don't allow yourself to be an emotional puppet. Okay? Now, when we're dealing with the fire energy, right? Remember, fire energy represents your actions, movement. Trusting your intuition as you take action and movement is also, you know, something you should master with the fire element too. So that way you're not so impulsive. And then, you know, be mindful because the sun and the moon just placed where they are, emotional energy. That's emotional archetype. So action-wise today is asking you to see the truth in you. Once again, we got that word truth popping up twice. Seeing the true you is what it's saying. So in your actions today, seeing the true you, making sure you're taking actions from the place of what you truly want to do. It shouldn't be about pleasing other people in this energy. It should really be about tapping into genuinely who you are. Truth is popping up here twice. Seeing the true you is popping up for being able to take action. Move with purpose, purposeful intention in your actions today. Right? So as you are emotionally tapping into what your truth is, then you can take action in that truth by seeing yourself. Right? Because you've already looked at your emotions, allowing them to be indicators of where you really are. A lot of people don't know that they act based on their emotions because their emotions really and their feelings is linked. So you're either going to think based on how you feel or you're going to feel based on how you think. Okay? Now, when we hop on over to the earth energy, remember, earth energy is all about you being able to be practical, right? The doing aspect of this energy, manifestation, matter, material things, right? The message here is spirals of manifestation. And this is where I say that you have to understand there's a process to everything. You know, everything is not just so straight. Like life has ebbs and flows and turns. I went to audio engineering school. And one of the things that you learn is when you're dealing with sound, you're dealing with all type of frequency which have waves. It's waves of energy. So it's not so much about what path you take or how you get there. It's more about you staying the course and being consistent and being true to you. You may find something that worked in your spiritual practice 2 years ago no longer works for you now because of your expansion of self, you know? So just know spirals of manifestation. And spirals of manifestation, as far as the physical realm is concerned, is going to be dependent on you listening to your emotions and then taking action based on the truth. Either which way, manifestation is going to be based on your emotions and your thinking. Universe doesn't really do good or bad, evil, versus good. It doesn't do that. You do that. You, the individual, label that. So if you can neutralize that energy and direct it to where you want it to go, right? Everything that happens to you works for your good. Everything that happens to you is really just something you needed for the next step. Everything that happens to you is something you can learn from. Okay? Now, when we're talking about the air energy, which is all about your thinking, right? Your intellect, your spiritual and your mental thinking, your intellect. And on this spiritual journey, let me just say this, okay? Because we're talking about air energy and intellect here. You can read all the books, that there is on all of the mysteries and occults, and magic and self-help books, to raise your vibration. You can do all of that. But if you're not putting any of that into practice and actually getting some results in how you feel about yourself and how you think about life and how you view life, you're just walking around with a whole bunch of book information. The whole purpose here is to allow the book information and the stuff that you read to be a help to you along the journey. Not just for you to intake all of that knowledge and then don't do anything with it. And sometimes doing the work doesn't look so pretty, and sometimes you don't want to do the work. Do you know it takes more energy to pretend like things that's not happening than for you to face and release things? And sometimes it takes a long time to get to a place where you have the courage to release and embrace things. That's okay. But if you see that as your truth and you're allowing yourself to be able to take it step by step through your actions, through your thinking, through your feelings, you can reprogram yourself. You can. So in your thinking today, it's saying divine actually not even saying divine. I'm sorry, I need to put on my glasses. It's actually saying diving for the light. Diving for the light, which is actually double ones here. That's minding your business number. And if you're diving for the light, you're minding your business, right? And how do you find the light? Remember, we talk about this all of the time. Out of darkness comes the enlightenment. So how do you find the light? How do you find the light? You got to go within. You cannot find the light without going within. You got to reflect within. You got to get into a space of gratitude. You got to get into a space of forgiveness. You got to get into a space where you're able to see the true you, no matter how that looks, because you can't change what you don't acknowledge. And sometimes you try to change things like surfacely, and it doesn't last. But if you allow change to come through on a deeper level, I promise you, it may take time, because some of this is orchestrated by what's happening on, an astrological level. It may take time. Now remember, the moon changes every 2.5 days. And within the change every 2.5 days, you have to deal with something emotionally. This is how you're mastering the whole 12 wheels that I talk about. You are not just responsible for mastering your zodiac sign. You got to master the whole wheel. The whole wheel are different levels of archetypal energy that everyone in the collective goes through. So today, emotionally, you got to listen for the truth. Mentally, you have to be able to apply yourself, seeing the true you, wherever you are. As you dive for that light. Because manifestation is going to be dependent on how you see yourself. Emotionally listening for the truth. Everything is dependent on you being able to see the true you, because that's where action dwells. Manifestation is going to come from your emotions and your actions and your thinking. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What are you doing? What are you manifesting? Ask yourself these questions. And you can just take a look around you and see what that looks like. I'm wanting to sit in a place of gratitude, guys, about a lot of things, man. There's so many things unfolding in the unseen realm around this. If you can just slow down and take notice. If you can just slow down sometimes and just breathe. If you can just slow down for 1 minute and just put your shoulders down. And if you can implement that every day, even if you got to set a timer and just for 1 minute, just positive, just think positive and put your shoulders down. Relax into that positive, wonderful energy. Do you know how impactful that can be? Affirming something beautiful about yourself every day. Facing something about yourself every day that may not be so pretty. Accepting something about yourself that you may need to strengthen. It's your prerogative. It's your prerogative. And it's okay, because if you want to go ahead and self-project on other people, it's okay. You just know that there are other people that's not in that vibration where they're accepting self-projections. People are revising and refining their lives right now and looking at relationships and, the things around them and seeing, literally what works and what doesn't. It's a lot easier right now for people to let things go that's not working for them. Be very mindful about that. So you may not want to be doing your work, but somebody else is. All right, my loves. You guys know the deal. Don't be afraid of the dark, right? Because out of darkness comes enlightenment. You want to go ahead and do something kind for yourself. Okay, you want to love yourself. You want to honor yourself. You want to allow yourself to walk in your prerogative. Do this spiritual journey the way you need to do it. Don't allow this journey to be a journey where someone else controls or dictates your path. Don't do it. Okay? Have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's Daily Vibration, my love.